Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm a chronic masturbator. If you're like me and you just can't seem to stop touching your pee-pee, well, keep watching this video, because I'm going to try my best to give you the knowledge and experience that I've learned over the last year of my self-improvement journey that have helped me from going to touching my pee-pee twice a day to once a week. And you might be thinking, well, shouldn't I go and try and find someone online who's not touched their pee-pee in over a year? Isn't he going to have better advice? Maybe. I would argue that possibly not, because he's been on this journey so far now that he forgot what it's like to be in the trenches. Well, why should I even stop watching porn? What's the harm? I'll tell you the harm. You could get pregnant and die. Shout out Mean Girls. Look it up, motherfucker. I'm not going to sit here and list off all the scientific reasons why porn is bad, but I'll tell you a few reasons. You become less confident with girls, and to a point where you almost forget how to talk to them. Because you know if all else fails, you can just go home and jerk off, watch some porn. Sex, probably going to be worse in your life, because you've got this wild expectation of what sex should look like, how it should feel. So you're not going to know how to love a woman properly. Focus. You're going to be so unfocused because you're always thinking about sex. You could be fucking opening a jar of pickles and you'll be thinking about fingering someone. That's not right. Your life shouldn't be like that. Your brain should not be so sexualized. When a girl walks by with a fat bunda, you will not be able to take your eyes off of it. You'll have to find reasons to look. You'll have to like fix your collar or something just so you can get away with looking at it for at least 20 seconds, because that's how much you need to remember that, so you can jerk off about it later, which you'll probably forget anyways, and you'll just jerk off to porn. And one thing I'll say, disclaimer, is you're not going to give up in the span of a month or 2 months. Because if you've built up this habit over 10 years like I have, doing it twice a day, well, unfortunately, it's going to take some time to get over. And right now, I'm a year into my journey and I do it once a week, which I think is phenomenal results. It's better than doing it every day or twice a day. So just hang in there. Don't give up. You got this, bro. Celebrate the small wins. If you go from jacking off every day to once every 2 days and that took you 6 months, well, that's still great progress. Because 6 months later from that, you'll go, like me, to once a year. Once a year, I wish. Once a week. And that's amazing. I don't plan on jerking off every week for the rest of my life. I'm going to get to a stage where I stop completely. But at least once a week, I'm at a stage where it doesn't give me the negative benefits, where I feel nervous looking into a girl's eyes after I've just busted a nut. She won't be able to smell the desperation and creepiness off of me. So I don't really get any bad negative detriments from jerking off once a week now, which is great, but I'd still prefer not to do it because I know that I'm stronger than that and I'm better. I know you are too. So the biggest thing that helped me to stop sexualizing my brain so much, obviously porn is the worst. It's the top tier of all things. I've been jerking off since I was 12, and I just remember every year porn getting so much better, and right now it's so freaking good that I still can't give it up after a year. Not completely. But the one thing that you do have control over, at least, is social media. Instagram, TikTok. I remember being at a friend's house and we were chilling out, having a good time, and then I started to think about sex. And I opened up Instagram and I went on my Discover page where I was full of hot babes, because that's all I was looking at most of the time. And I was purposely going through these girls' profiles and looking for their juicy ass pics, then going on to the next one. And I was purposely making myself so horny that I had to be like, oh bro, I gotta go home. I had to go home just so I could fucking jerk one out. It's pathetic and it's sad. I'm supposed to be bonding with my friend, having a good time, yet I purposely made myself so horny I had to fucking go home just so I could jerk off. It's not right. It's disgusting. And you could say, oh, yeah, well, couldn't you just unfollow the hot girls and look up loads of like sports and gaming and stuff so you could refill your Discover page with like normal guy stuff? Yeah, maybe you could. But to me, that sounds like excuses. It sounds like cope, because eventually, even if you are successful in that, you're going to come across some sexual content again. I went a year without social media. And after a year of working on myself, I decided to download Tinder and Hinge, a couple of the dating apps. And the problem I ran into on Tinder was there's so many hot girls on Tinder. sexual, like wearing bikinis and shit like that. Their tits are out, their asses out. I found myself masturbating every day while I was on that app. Not like to the app, but I was getting so horny that I'd go watch porn after it. And this is after a year of my self-improvement journey. It just shows how fickle we are to never be complacent, because if I was to download Tinder now and start swiping, yeah, I'd probably start getting super horny in general again and maybe jerk off once a day. So you have to be careful the kind of content that you're taking in. If you know you're watching a YouTuber, let's say a girl, and she's hot and she makes you horny, bro, if you want any chance to stop this, you need to stop watching those videos. Delete the social media apps. Do yourself a favor. It's one thing you can control. I know it's hard to do. Nobody wants to be off social media because they want to feel connected and you want to show people how fucking sick your life is. But if you can't stop touching your pee-pee every day, it's not worth it, bro. Because one of the biggest reasons we're on this planet is to reproduce. It's in our genes. So eventually, when you start growing up, you're going to want to settle down with a nice woman. Because we all believe we deserve the best. And we do. We should believe that. But you're not going to get the best for yourself if you can't stop watching porn. I promise you, one day you will wake up and you'll wish that you stopped way sooner. Because it takes time to get over. You don't want to be that 40-year-old who's still addicted to porn, who whenever he meets a woman, she just runs the other way because she can see the creepiness in his eyes. She can see him physically undressing her. He's having sexual thoughts. They say that eyes are the mirror into your soul, and it's true. If you're having a conversation with a girl and you are thinking about her sexually, she's going to know that. And sometimes that can be useful if you've built up the confidence and you know how to be charming and attractive and charismatic. But when you're a creepy pervert who watches porn every day, it comes across as creepy and desperate. And you're not going to get anyone. The next thing that really helped me was having my days of free time filled with stuff to do. So on the weekends, they were the times where I'd be jerking off the most. When I got to a stage where I wasn't doing it every day, the weekends were always, yeah, I'd definitely do it because I had nothing going on and I had just nothing but time on my hand, and eventually I'll get bored. And when I get bored, I'm looking to get stimulated, and the easiest, quickest way to get stimulated when you're just lying in bed anyways, grab your phone and watch porn. So I started going to the gym first thing in the morning. I'd wake up the same time I do for work, and you might think that sounds fucking stupid. You're like, bro, I wake up early Monday to Friday. I'm going to at least give myself a lie on the weekends. Lying in is for pussies and cowards and people who don't want to be successful in life. So I wake up at the same time I do for work, and I get ready and I go to the gym. And once I've done that, the rest of my day is good. Once you engage in a good habit, the rest is going to follow through and I'll be fine. The problem that I was running into was that sometimes I'd wake up 20 minutes before my alarm. Goddamn circadian rhythm. And just, I don't know what it is about having like this free time where you don't have to rush and you get to stay in bed for a few more minutes. I would just start thinking about porn. I wouldn't even like think about sex. I would actually think about porn and watching porn. And because I thought about it, even though my hand's going to grab the phone, and in that moment I'm like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. You know you're going to regret it. Don't do it, bro. You're stronger than this. I can't fucking help myself. So I know I've recognized the cue. I've recognized when I tend to do it. And now what I'm going to do is, if I ever wake up early before my alarm again, I'm just going to get the fuck up and brush my teeth. I'm going to pretend that I am in a rush and then I've got to go. Another time that I started to do it as well was I got into the habit of coming home from work and napping straight after work before I go to the gym, because I was really into my sleep at that stage. I still am, but I was like over into it. I was trying to get as much sleep as possible. And I don't know why, but for some reason when I wake up from my naps, again, it was like I didn't really have to rush to go to the gym. So I had this free time. So I'd wake up and I'd just get thinking about porn and I'd go and watch some. And so I thought to myself, okay, I'm recognizing when I'm doing it. So how can I stop doing it? So the first thing I tried was, instead of my phone being at my bedside table, I'd put it on my table here across the room before I went for my nap. And that would, in the hopes that I'd have to get up and go get my phone and then I'd be fine. Did that work? No, it didn't. I got up, went and got the phone, back into bed and jerked off. So the next best thing that I could do, well, shit, Ryan, if you keep jerking off every day after you wake up from a nap, we'll just stop napping. Just cut the fucking naps out. And that's what I did, and that worked. And that was another instance that I was able to recognize me doing it in a ritualistic, habit, recognizing why I do it, when I do it, and changing my environment or my habits or what I'm going to do that day until I find success. It's the only way. Don't ever give up, bro, because you can do this. So if you find that you do it every night before going to bed, well, just don't go to bed. No, but there will be a way that you can stop engaging in this habit. Maybe it is that you go to bed with your phone in another room and just buy like one of those old-fashioned alarm clocks. Just don't give up. Think about ways that you can stop doing it. But going back to routine, on the weekends, I was gym first thing in the morning. I'd get home and I have to look after the dogs on the weekend, so I'd walk them, I'd feed them, and then I'd probably go hang out with friends or something, and that would fill my day up, and I'd never even think about watching porn. So you have to keep yourself busy, because if you just let yourself lounge around, you've got no plan for the day, you're going to get bored, you're going to want to get stimulated, you're going to watch some porn. It's about recognizing the times that you do it and when you do it and why you do it, and trying to put a plan in place. Try different things. Don't get frustrated and don't beat yourself up about it, because the worst thing you can do is beat yourself up about it. Because then you might get so frustrated with yourself that you just give up. You throw the towel in because you're like, what's the fucking point? I just can't seem to quit it. But progress is slow. It might take you 3 months to go from jacking off twice a day to once a day. And that's great. If you can achieve that, that's fucking great news, bro. Pat yourself in the back. You can do this. Just keep going. And recognize that it's going to take some time. And acknowledge when you have made the mistake of jacking off, you relapse. Acknowledge that you've made the mistake. Laugh about it. Get back on the horse as soon as you can. And just keep going. Don't ever give up. But I promise you, if you keep trying this, you will get results. Just don't forget about it. And remember why you're doing it. You know it's going to increase your confidence with girls, and you're going to be able to attract a better mate, a high quality mate. Your love life, your sex will be better. Everything's going to be better. So start today. I wish I started sooner, but I'm not going to cry about it. At least I'm here. I could be 35 and still jerking off twice a day. So I hope these tips helped. I know they're really all over the place. It's one thing I'm still trying to like figure out is how to like get better at my planning and structure of the videos. This is like the fucking 10th video I've recorded now. I just thought they were all so shit. At least my quality is going up, my standard for myself, but I'm gonna figure it out as I keep posting more videos, because practice makes perfect. So without me babbling on further ado, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And until the next one, breathe deep, smile big.